Hi, and welcome to the Word of the Week. This week's word is compassion. Now, we're using for the month of December a theme of gifts we can give the world as we're entering into the holiday seasons and everyone's minds are shifting towards all the gift buying and gift giving that traditionally goes on at this time of year. Now, when we think about some of the greatest gifts that we can give, compassion is one of them. Webster's defines compassion as sympathetic consciousness of others' distress with the desire to alleviate it. So it means that we understand, we consciously understand the problems that other people are having, and then we have this desire to do something to help them to get through that time, to see their life become better. And it's one of those things where a lot of times we are aware of people's situations. We have the first portion of that. We are conscious of it, but we don't have a desire to do anything about it. So the two need to work together. As we think about the impact that we can have on our lives, so much of it starts with the idea of compassion, particularly when we deal with disagreements. And holidays are a great time because you spend a lot of time with family and you usually have some disagreements. But to be compassionate with someone when they're having a tough time, understanding why they're having a tough time, having that conscious awareness, that sympathetic consciousness of it, and then desiring to help them through it. See, a lot of times people act out of pain, out of fear, out of insecurity. And if we don't understand, if we don't try to understand where they're coming from, if we don't seek to consciously understand their perspective and their point of view, then we begin to react to the emotions as opposed to reacting to the fact. And then it's very difficult for us to develop the desire to help them because, well, we don't understand where they're coming from. So one of the first steps that we can take, particularly in dealing with disagreements, is to be compassionate, to understand that people go through a lot of things and have different ways of processing things, and by understanding the differences and acknowledging the differences, and if it's a situation particularly where there is some kind of distress that you can help them through, help that person through it, then you will see a great change and you will get really a good feeling from that. Although it's not all about what you're doing for yourself, it's not the great feeling you're getting for yourself, but you're helping that person get through a difficult time. So one of the quotes I recently posted on my Facebook page from the Dalai Lama, compassion and tolerance are not a sign of weakness, but a sign of strength. There's nothing wrong with acknowledging and wanting to help people. Actually, it's the greatest sign of strength that we can put ourselves and our needs and our desires on the back burner for a little while in order to help someone else to get to a better place in their life. So I would just challenge you that during this holiday season that you would find ways to express your compassion, to consciously be aware of the problems, to have a desire to alleviate it, and then take that most important step. Try to do something. Just if it's just one thing. But if we each lived our lives with this as a guiding force, I think we would see a global shift in our relationships with our neighbors, our friends, and the whole world. Right? So please do what you can to express compassion. All right. Hope you enjoyed this week's lesson. Hope to see you next week.